Okay.
All right. All right, you ready?
Yep.
Hold on. Ready? We're going to do curls like what they're
Are
doing.
you going to start or am I going to do them all?
No. We're going to start in just a minute. Hold on. Come here. Ready?
I was about to say, I'm like 8 in.
Get ready. Listen. We have to introduce ourselves. Beginning.
Okay.
I'm gonna grab you.
You want to get the teddy bears out?
No, that's fine. Hey. Are you just gonna get started? All right. Ready?
Yeah.
Okay. Let's ready. Stay strong. Stay strong. Ready? All right, now. Ready?
Let me see yours. Let me see what you got.
Well, hold on. Let's introduce everything. Let's get started.
Okay.
All right. We'll count down and just do it.
Yeah.
All right. So here, hold on. All right. You gonna start us off or?
Okay. Hi guys, this is Dr. Neil Morrison.
Dr. Eugene Muro.
And we're here just showing you how to get in a home workout.
Hey, you know what? This guy did that video, so I think that we should give it a go.
All right, let's get started.
All right. Ready?
Yeah, I'm going. I already started. How many are you doing?
How many are you doing?
I think I'm on 8. I lost count. I'm gonna do one more. Okay.
I got the next one. Hold on. I got the next one.
Okay, all right. Hold on.
Oh no.
I'm gonna get some squats.
Oh,
Hold on.
You sure this is right?
I think it looks right.
Hold on. You know what he did? I got this. Hold on.
What are you about to do? Let me see.
I saw him do this.
You did, huh?
You know what? I don't know if we're doing this right.
I don't know.
I say we reach out to the expert.
All right, let's get him on the line.
Hold on. Yo, Marcos.
What's up, guys? Oh my.
Man,
Hey, Marcos, how you doing?
we need your help, man.
All right, what do you guys need help with? I saw you guys trying to do a little something. I don't know, I'm not too sure what it was, but
Bro, we saw your video and we were inspired. And so we decided, hey, Neil actually reached out to me and he was like, Dr. Muro, we got to do something. And I was like, what do you want to do, Dr. Morris? And he said, home workout, baby.
I got a little sweat going, but
I mean, hey, as long as you're sweating and burning some calories, I guess.
yeah.
Here, you know what? Can I show you my form? You tell me what you think?
Yes, go ahead. Go and show me.
Here, come here.
no.
Here. All right.
Whoa. We getting crazy in the house workout today. But hey, your form's not too bad. You had your chest up. You're going all the way down. I liked it.
All right, man.
I didn't.
Right. But we can do some safer routines maybe. That
Knock some furniture over. So Marcos, quick question for the people who are watching this video. Can you tell me, how did you get involved with fitness just in general?
Well, I mean, fitness kind of stems back to like my whole sports background back in middle school, high school and all that. But fitness itself more like for myself instead of like a team came from after high school. You just look in the mirror and see some excess fat you don't like. You just like want to look better for yourself. You want to feel better every day. You want to wake up more energized. That's kind of what kind of brought me into it. So I remember after high school, I weighed, I think it was 200 pounds, because I used to be a shot put thrower. So of course you got to be like a little heavier to throw a heavy implement. And I didn't like the way I looked. So I just simply got into fitness, learned more about how to take care of your body. And now here I am. I just like to weight lift, like to bodybuild, stuff like that.
Hey, Marcos, you're pretty serious. I know that we're just playing around a little bit, but you kind of are a hardcore athlete. I mean, we see you posting. I see that you're pushing really, really, really hard out there. Can you tell me a little bit more about that aspect of your life and how serious of an athlete you really are?
Yeah, it comes just from, I like to challenge myself. I felt like after high school, there really wasn't any true life challenges as how do you call it? Spoiled as it may seem, I have everything I need in life. I have a good family. I have good friends. I have everything I need, but I still like those challenges. So it came from challenges. I like to weight lift. I like to lift heavy. I like to go out and see what my body's capable of, what my mental's capable of. But yeah, anything where you're able to lift heavy, anything that has you breathing really hard, kind of entertains me a little bit. It's kind of fun.
So then that being said, then what type of exercise would you recommend to people to be doing right now? Because a lot of people, were like either just hitting the gym hard, or they started hitting the gym hard in January, then started to fall off, because everyone hits the gym hard in January, right?
Yeah.
And then they started to fall off, and then all of a sudden Corona hit, and it gave them a reason to fall off. So what type of exercise would you recommend people doing right now?
Yeah, so I know like the average person, like including myself, I don't have barbells and heavy weights and stuff that you would typically do in a commercial gym. So what I recommend mainly is sticking to a lot of bodyweight movements. That's basically all we have available to us. We have maybe some bands, we have bodyweight movements. And I would say like the top 3 exercises for a bodyweight movement are, of course, your push-ups, your squats, and your pull-ups. The push-ups works your the front part of your body, your chest, your anterior shoulders, works your core a little bit. I wouldn't say that too much, but pull-ups, a lot of back. You can do wide grip pull-ups, close grip pull-ups, a lot of back. And then of course squats, that works your hamstrings, your quads, your glutes, stuff like that. So those are probably the top 3 bodyweight movements. And if you have access to bands allow you to put a little bit of like a resistance to your muscles, which allows your muscles to be more stimulated. And that's kind of like where I've been going with things these days without the weights.
That's cool. That's awesome, man. Hey, I have a question for you too, is, everybody seemed to be in a really cool routine on their normal exercise daily life. Usually people wake up, they have the routines, and like me, what I was doing is I was waking up, I was working out, and then going to work, and my kids, ate breakfast at the same time, went to school and things like that. But what I found was when this whole coronavirus pandemic broke out, that everybody's routine really got diminished and changed.
Oh yeah.
People started becoming really unmotivated, and it was difficult for them to get in the gym and such. Let me ask you, what do you think, well, for you personally, and how do you keep people motivated, and how do you keep yourself motivated?
My biggest motivation is, that's a tough one, but thinking about it would probably be just thinking about the end result. This isn't going to last forever. So who are you going to be when this ends? Are you going to be someone that you don't like? Are you going to be someone that you're proud of? So when this all ends, I want to be someone that I am proud of still, and not scared to be like someone asks, oh, what'd you do during this whole pandemic? I'm not going to be like, oh, I didn't do anything. I want to still be able to feel like I did something. And that's probably my biggest motivation is just realizing the outcome more than what's happening right now. Like what's going to happen after this. Makes any sense?
Yeah, no, I think that makes total sense. I'm a big proponent on doing daily things intentionally and living that intentional lifestyle in order to, and Dr. Morris and I talked about this quite a bit, is building ourselves and asking our patients to think about it, building themselves into who they want to become in the future.
Exactly. And then like another thing just to point out on that, I feel like these days and ages, we're all into instant gratification. We like things now. If like we get a like on Instagram, we're all excited, but we always have to think about what's going to happen after, what's going to happen tomorrow, what's going to happen next week, how are you going to feel from a month from now? So yeah, there's stuff like that, which all comes together at the end.
That's cool.
Nice. So then you said that you're, it sounds like you have a lot of self-motivation. And also sounds like you keep yourself pretty accountable. Now, I would say the average person is not super good at that. What would you recommend, because I believe you work with clients too. What would you recommend for people that are having a challenge with that motivation and for that accountability?
Yeah, I think like that just stems from accountability. And I would say one thing that really helped me, like even at the beginning, I even get lazy. Sometimes I don't want to get out of bed because, I mean, you have a nice, comfortable bed, fridge full of food, and nothing to do. You don't have to go to work for most of us. So it's very easy to just become complacent in the current situation. So for accountability reasons, I like to bring a calendar out, and for every good thing you do that day, I like to write it down on the calendar. And at the end of the week, I like to see what I did during that week. And then the next week, I like to try to top that. So let's say, for example, I worked out or I ran 10 miles week 1. Week 2, you might want to run 11 or 12 miles. You might want to clean your house a little more. You just write down every single little thing that you did good that week and try to top it the next week. And next thing you know, week 4, you have these lists of good things that you did and you didn't even really try to. You just played like a little game with yourself. And it's motivating seeing it on paper because you get to see it visually. I know people like me who are more visual, like to see things that I've done visually. So it helps me. And that's the way I would say how to be accountable, hold yourself accountable.
Nice. I like that.
Yeah, no doubt. I find that a lot of the time it's a mental game for me.
Oh, yeah.
So, and sometimes the hardest part is just getting started. So kudos, that's a great way of reflecting on the week. That's really cool. Hey, I have another question, and it has to do with, you talked about how you work out with bands and you do a lot of that resistance kind of training and body work training. And this is actually a question that Dr. Morris came up with earlier when I was asking him, hey, what does he do personally at home? He has a home workout gym also. And so we were talking anyways, and I thought it'd be cool to ask you this because, the hard thing for us to do when we're at home is maybe some of us want to invest a little bit of money and get a piece of equipment or a piece of machinery to kind of like get the best effects. What would you recommend to those people that are looking for just one piece of equipment to work out with?
If I had to say the one piece, like for me, like what I probably use the most, it's going to be like, actually, let me show you. It's these bands. Let me show you. So you can buy weights, of course, you can buy big squat racks, but I think the best bang for your buck and the one thing is going to be these bands. Mine I got, it's not like a deal or like a, what do you call it? Like a advertisement, but they're called Evolve. You can find these anywhere, like at TJ Maxx. Go ahead.
Oh, you're good. Saying, hey, there you go.
They can send a check too.
They want the check to be sent to somebody. No.
I would invest in these Evolve bands. I'm pretty sure these are here like $10, $8 at like a TJ Maxx. Go to Walmart, Amazon. They come with like these different ones. This one here, it says heavy. They have them with like I think this one's the medium version. It comes right here. This one says medium on that. They just come with like, what do you call it? Resistance levels. And I've been using these. These work for lower body, upper body, your chest, your back, your core. You can use these for multiple things. If you wanted to really go more into detail, I would get like a pull-up bar, maybe like a pair of dumbbells, stuff like that. But if you really want the one thing, I would say a pair of bands. They're really long, nice and good ones. Tie them up like this one I tied up right here, so it's more like a circle. You can do stuff like that. You can get very what do you call it, creative with these.
That's awesome.
And if you guys want, I can always show you guys like a couple or like a few like leg movements with them, chest workouts with them, back workouts with them, if you guys would like, if that helps anyone.
Well, yeah, actually that's actually a question we were thinking about is like, what would be some of the simple exercises and or stretches that you would recommend to people to do?
Yeah. Yeah,
help
that's another thing is like stretches. That's another thing with like the whole this whole pandemic. It has us a lot like a relaxing, and some people think relaxing is a bad thing, but I think people forget that our body needs rest. We do need to stretch. We need to recover. So during this time, it's okay to recover a little bit and rest. But before we get started on that, I can definitely show a few exercises that I've been doing. Let me see if I can find a space real quick. So like, for example, one thing I like to do with these is you get like a little band right here. Let me put myself back a little bit. Can you guys hear me well back over here?
Oh yeah.
I like to just grab it from the edge, and you can do your bicep curls right here like this. I can like to, you get a bicep workout, you get a tricep workout, you can just put your foot right here, grab this one right here, and push it back to your tricep. You can do a back workout by simply, I like to call these band pull aparts. You grab the band right here, and you pull it towards your chest. It really works your rear delt and your traps right there. If you want to work more low back, try to pull lower. If you want to work more higher back, pull higher. You can, I like to attach this to like a pole. Like you can attach it to like the edge of a table right here. So I'll grab this, attach it down here, push it down a little bit, and then do like some, over there. You can do some rows with it. Come down there without it hopefully coming off. Leg workouts. I enjoy getting it more. You can do like just tied up a little bit like this. Let's see if I can do it with this one. Put this on your feet. Put this above your head. And almost like a barbell. Let me come a little closer to you guys. Right there. Almost like a barbell. The barbell's on your back. Your chest is up. And you can squat down like this. Put your feet a little wider for more resistance. Your feet a little closer for less resistance. And you can simply just do squats right here like this. But yeah, you can do a whole bunch of these things with these little cheap bands. And if they break, you can go to the store and buy a new pair.
A little bit safer than throwing a child or a person across your shoulders too.
100%. And then after the whole workouts, you of course want to stretch a little bit. You can do the basic over the arm type of stretches. But one stretch I would recommend a lot is I feel like a lot of us, these type of times, we're on our phones, on our computers, like to worry about like your whole neck. We're always like this. So one stretch I personally like to do for like 4 sets of 30 seconds, I like to grab my chin and push it in and grab the back of my head and push it down.
Nice.
It really helps me stretch this part of my neck. So we're always like this. So you want to push it back a little bit and really try to force your posture to be more upright a little bit. You can even hold your neck down a little bit. Don't pull it too hard. Just let your arm hang as like the regular arm weight. You don't want to really force it down. And then do the other side 30 seconds. You do leg stretches. Do like the little quad, regular. Put the one quad up, come up. The other quad come up. Hamstring stretches, stuff like that. But I would really focus on more of the neck because we're all on our phones like this all day. Just want to make sure to be upright.
So I don't know if you noticed or not, but as soon as you said the neck stretch, both Dr. Muro and I both we're like, oh yeah.
That's right. That's right. I better work on my.
I got good posture. But you want to know what's interesting that you're saying that is that there's going to be a huge spike in neck pain. And there already is a huge spike in neck pain, and it is from exactly what you're saying. So doing that stretch, I think, is huge because, I mean, even and when I say that, it's because even the young adults, or not even young adults, teenagers now, all their posture is this.
Oh yeah.
And this is, all day long, because they're like this with their phone,
Yeah.
So that's probably. From everything that's been said so far, I was like, that's a nugget that was worth just getting on this call and talking to you right there. It was just that stretch. And I mean, wow, man, that's.
Yeah. And it's hinting on that too. I feel like going back to exercises, because right now you had mentioned like one problem that even like before all this happened is we all had a problem. Another problem is we're all, if you notice, a lot of us, we're always on our desk like this. So these muscles are all overdeveloped. These are all strong and our back muscles aren't as strong as the forward muscles. So during this time, I really like to work on my back more than I do my chest. So instead of doing, let's say you do 20 push-ups, try to complement that with 30 pull-ups. So don't get too don't get too aggressive on this part of your body so much. Focus more on the back, because in the mirror we see this, we're like, oh, I look good. In reality, you go to the back and you might look terrible. So do more pull-ups, more rows, a lot more things that you're pulling towards your body to really focus on your back muscles. Nice.
Yeah, I think it's really cool that you're saying these things, because a lot of the times everybody has really good intentions to go work out, and then either what we find is like they overdo, and then they come see us because we do total spine, we do all that stuff, making sure that people feel good and they're back to their normal habits and they can live the life and the quality of life that they want. But what people really need is to be guided by people like you who are experts in the area, personal trainers, or even talking with doctors first to make sure that what they're doing makes sense for them, So, hey, I have another question for you, is that, it sounds like, man, you're great at doing all these things, but what do you do when you're not working out? And what do you do when you're not an athlete and you're doing all these fun things?
Yeah, we're all human. We all got to take our time to ourselves. I like to rest. I like to go outside. My main thing right now, I've been trying to learn is a handstand. So I've been going outside trying to do a handstand these days. But yeah, I even have this little massage gun. I don't know if you guys have seen them, but they're like these little, yeah, exactly. And I have one of those. At nighttime when I'm bored, the house is clean, everything else done, I'll just get that massage gun, focus on really like getting like those areas that I work. So if I hit back, I'll have like my girlfriend come and get my back for me. If I hit legs, I'll do my legs, stuff like that. Fun things I like to do. There's not really my fun things is like working. Like I enjoy working out, so that's like my fun part. But probably just hanging out with the family, being around family. Because what other time in our life are we ever gonna say we had this time to be around like our loved ones as much as we have? And if we aren't around, let's say we're in an apartment, we're alone, you might have a pet, you might be able to Zoom call your family more, stuff like that. Just trying to embrace all the good that we have right now while we don't have work, while I don't have homework, stuff like that.
And that's something big that Dr. Muro, both and I have been hitting on is, the initial term was social distancing. And I disagree with that term. It's a physical distancing. Socially is the time when now we need to come together more. We need to reach out, the people that we can't be in touch with, we need to reach out to them more. The people that are around us, embrace them more. And it's more of a physical distance than actual social distance.
I like the way that's put. Yeah, 100%.
Yeah, that's cool, man. Hey, listen, when you're in our area, you need to come out and see us, and we'll work those biceps and triceps for you and show you what we got for our percussor. We got a big one, and then we'll do a lot with,
we got big one.
a lot with these right here too.
Yep.
Fun stuff.
Pressure points that just give me, oh man, 100%. I'm definitely do, because I remember I actually talked to you 2 months back and you hit me on my back and I was like, whoa. And you said that's supposed to be a normal, I think it was right here. And you had like, I don't know how you call it. You would give me like a massage and it hurt. You're like, it's not supposed to hurt. So I definitely have to go back over there.
Hey, love hurts. Love hurts, man.
Of course.
That's cool. Hey, go ahead, Dr. Moore. Sorry, I didn't mean to.
No, go ahead. If you had a question, go ahead.
No, I was going to say, go ahead. I'm going to ask a quick question afterwards. So.
Well, no, you go.
Okay. So, no, you're it. What I was going to say was, you gave us great information. Tell us, how can people get a hold of you to reach out if they have any questions for themselves? Because I know that you're hearing all sorts of questions right now.
Yeah, 100%. My biggest like social media is probably Instagram. I wouldn't get on my email too much because I'm not gonna lie, I'm like a younger. I don't touch email all that much, and I'm not getting my phone number because that's like personal. But Instagram is probably the best way to contact me, because that's simply where I'm at, is on Instagram. And you can also get to me on YouTube. Both are at Marcos Figgy, MarcosFiggy for both. But most likely, if you DM me on Instagram, I'll probably be able to get back to you within the next hour or two, because that's where I'm typically on, unlike an email that I could give out.
We'll put Marcos's information below this video or above the video, wherever it lands. It'll be around here, so you guys can reach out to him.
Cool. Thank you, guys.
Hey, Marcos, thanks so much for coming and connecting with us, man. I really enjoyed the time that you spent with us, the time that you carved out with us. So
thank you guys. It was fun seeing you guys throw your kids up in the air.
Yeah. One last thing I want to throw out there is that, and this is even talking from some of the people that have trained me in becoming a physician I am today, is physicians like Dr. Muro and me, we can help people a lot with their pain and stuff like that. We can do a lot for them, and we can only take them so far. There is the physical aspect, the physical therapy, the movement, the exercise that has to be done. So, if you want to come and get rid of your pain and increase your function, come and see Dr. Muro and I, at Regenerative Health. And the best way to get the best benefits would be to come and see us and then go see Marcos too. So as I'm saying, we can only take you so far, and we find that this is a synergistic effect where it's literally 1 + 1 = 4. So definitely, I appreciate you, Marcos, giving us the time, and look forward to seeing you more in the future.
Thank you guys, Dr. Morris and Dr. Muro.
All right, brother. Appreciate you. Take care.
Take care.
Later.
Bye, guys.